name is Hallie.
And my name is Nora, and today on Imagination Activation we will be learning mime.
Feeling bored with nothing to do, and no one wants to play with you. Close your eyes and you will see a world of excitement and mystery. Imagination activation. Picture yourself as a great sensation. Imagination activation. It's a trend that's sweeping the nation. Pretend you're a robot or even a frog. Imagine a plane flying to Prague. Your brain is your ticket to everywhere, so choose what to be and where to go. Imagination activation. You can stay at home and take a brain vacation. Imagination activation. Use your mind to create a world that's new.
Welcome to Imagination Activation. Today we are going to be learning about mime. Mime is a special kind of acting where you use your face and your body to act out an idea or an emotion without any words at all. So we've kind of done some of that before when we worked on emotions and animals, but when we say the word mime, it doesn't just mean that we're acting out an idea or emotions. If I ask you to mime something, that could mean that I want you to pretend that there's an object there that isn't really. If you're playing pretend with your friends and you are flying a rocket ship, well, you probably just don't have a rocket ship lying around your house that you can fit inside. But you can pretend one, and you can reach out and you can flip the switches and punch the buttons and pull on the steering wheel. You can imagine all of that. So that's what we're going to be working on today. The first and most important thing when you are going to mime an object is that you have to pay attention to details. You need to be very specific. Specific means you know exactly how that object feels, smells, looks like, and so you pick it up the right way. So we're going to start small. I want everybody to stand and imagine in your head a ball, okay? Don't tell anybody what kind of ball you're imagining, okay? Picture the ball in your head. Now, think about how that ball feels. Is it smooth like a beach ball? Or is it kind of bumpy like a basketball? Is it sort of fuzzy like a tennis ball? Very specific, and picture that ball in your head. And now I want you to pick up the ball. So girls, pick up your ball. Okay, Hallie, let me see. Your ball is sort of medium-sized. Is it smooth or is it bumpy?
Bumpy.
Bumpy? Let me guess, is it a basketball?
A basketball.
A basketball. Well, I picked up a golf ball. It's very small and very hard, and in my head I can kind of feel all those little bumps, those little divots that are all over that golf ball. Nora, what kind of ball did you pick up?
A giant basketball.
A giant basketball? Oh my gosh, I bet that's pretty heavy. Are you having a hard time holding it up? Okay, here's the second thing. Once you pick up an object, you can't just let it disappear. Because if you just let your object disappear, then that kind of breaks the game. In real life, items don't just disappear. So if you have an object, you have to hold on to it or put it someplace. So Nora put her basketball down. Could you pick it back up, please? Okay. Well, I'm going to do something horribly reckless. I'm going to take my golf ball and I'm going to throw it. Oh. Okay, and now my hands are free. Hallie, where did you put your ball? Oh, you threw yours too?
In the basket.
Oh, you threw yours in the basket? High five. Good job. Okay. Nora, you've got that giant ball. What are you going to do with it?
I dropped it.
You dropped it because it was so big and heavy?
Mm-hmm.
That happens. All right, can you roll it out of here so we have space to work? So anytime you're imagining an object, use your 5 senses. What does it smell like? What does it taste like? What does it sound like? What does it feel like? And what does it look like? And then you also need to remember, if you pick something up, it can't just disappear. You have to do something with it. So we are going to have a snowball fight. So we've gotten rid of all the balls. Imagine that snow is falling from the sky. Oh, it's not just a little snow. Oh, it's a lot of snow. It's so much snow. Oh, it kind of stings my face. Does it sting your face? Oh, so much snow. Oh, and the wind is blowing me backwards. Oh, goodness. But look how deep the snow is getting. Oh, and I don't even have my snowshoes on. Oh, my ankles are cold. It's cold out here.
I'm sinking in.
You're sinking into the snow. Oh, so much snow. How much snow is there in your house? A lot of snow? Oh, it's getting cold. Okay. Well, come here. Come here. It looks like the snow's letting up. But look, there's so much snow all over the ground. Oh, wow. So what we can do, we can scoop up the snow. Ooh, it's cold. Is it cold in your hands? It's cold in my hands. We're going to form it into a ball.
You can't have ice pops on this cold day.
Yes, it is. It's very cold. And then what we can do is have a snowball fight. Ah! You got it right in my hair! Okay, make sure. Oh, don't throw it on my back. Oh, that's cheating. Cheating. All right. I am so tired of getting hit with snowballs. I'm going to build a snow fort. Hallie, do you want to help me?
Yeah.
Here, hurry. Okay.
We're going to do the same melody kind of over and over and over, and we're going to kind of use like a rock and roll type chord progression. So it's just going to be this. You can't see my hand. Let me fix that. Here we go. So we're going to use that G, A minor, C chord over and over, and we're going to put the words with it. So slowly without the guitar so you can hear it a little better. It's going to be, imagining objects is easy to do. You can create worlds with only just you. Picture your object inside of your mind. Then you act out what your brain has designed. So that's going to be the blueprint of it. Now I'm going to do it with the guitar, that same. But when I do it with the guitar, I'm going to have to go a little bit slower. Imagining objects is easy to do. You can create worlds with only just you. Picture your object inside of your mind. Then you act out what your brain has designed. And that's our first verse. And we're going to do that for all 4. That same bum 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 bum. We're going to do that over and over and over for all 4. So now let's do the whole song. Imagining objects is easy to do. You can create worlds with only just you. Picture your object inside of your mind. Then you act out what your brain has designed. Use your 5 senses to add some details. How would this thing taste and how would it smell? How does it look? Is it large or quite small? Or is it like wind which you can't see at all? How the thing feels is important stuff. If it's bumpy, prickly, smooth, or quite rough. Also consider if it makes a sound. What do you hear when that object's around? Now you have details that you can act out. Have a big snowball fight or porchy from a spout. Drive a steam engine or steal a sailboat. Eat cotton candy or swim through a moat. Tongue twister, isn't it?
Make sure when you're thinking about how an object looks and you're thinking about how it feels, you also remember, is it a light object or is it a really heavy object? Okay, you ready? Watch a movie or a TV show that has a mime in it, you often see them doing some standard mime routines. One of them is pretending that they're stuck in a box. And that's a really great way to sort of warm your mind up for acting things out. So if you're going to be stuck in a box, you have to imagine how big the box is and where the walls of the box are. And you show that by putting your hands flat against the sides of the box. You want to make sure that you touch the top with a flat hand to show, oh, that's the ceiling. Now, what happens if the box begins to shrink? Well, you're going to need to look a little startled, okay? And then when you put your hand up, you don't put it up as high as you did the first time. Oh. Oh. And you can show that your box is shrinking and forcing you to be squished down. So, let's get out of these boxes. Push through the lid. We are going to imagine that we have a rope and we're trying to pull something very, very heavy toward us. The rope's on the ground. Pick up the rope. Okay. So, Hallie, you can't hold the rope right there if Nora's hands are up here. So see where Nora's hands are? Imagine your rope. Look, I've got the rope. It comes straight through here. It's in your hands too, right? Okay. Now, we're going to pull really hard. So we're going to have to use our whole bodies to show that tension of pulling. So on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Pull. Okay, and then as we're pulling it in, we'll go hand over hand. Okay, let's put our rope down. All right, and Hallie, stand up a second. This is a magic rope. Let's take a step back. If I pull on it and let go, oh, look, it just wound up over there. So now we don't have to trip over a rope while we're acting things out. We're going to practice taking drinks out of different kinds of cups, okay? So imagine, stand up if you will. Imagine there's a table in front of you, and on that table there's a teacup, and the teacup is sitting on a saucer, and next to the saucer is a spoon. Everybody pick up your spoon. Oh, and I forgot to tell you there's a sugar bowl also. Get some sugar out of the bowl, put it in your teacup, and then you're going to stir it gently, because if you go crazy, you'll break your teacup, right?
Yeah, like this.
Yeah, don't do that. Okay, shake your spoon off and put your spoon down. Okay, And then when you drink your tea, pick up your teacup in one hand and your saucer with the other one so that you can hold your saucer and sip your tea. And sip again. Oh, excellent. One more time. Wonderful. Now, put your teacup down gently with the saucer. Excellent. Now, next to your teacup, there's a can of soda, whatever your favorite kind is. Or if you don't drink soda, imagine that it is a can of juice. But we're going to open that. We're going to open that can. So we grab the can like this, and we've got to open it. Now those little pull tabby things on top, you have to kind of stick your finger underneath and pop it, and then we push it back. Now think about how your hand is holding that cup or that can so much differently than it held the teacup. That's being specific, and that's paying attention to details. So take a great big drink of your soda. Excuse me. Sometimes soda makes you belch. One more drink? Refreshing. Excuse me again. Okay, put your can down. Now I want you to imagine that you have a water bottle. Now it can be a water bottle with a twist top, or it can be a reusable water bottle where you have to flip the top up so that you can drink it, or it can be the kind with a big twist lid. But imagine whatever kind of water bottle you want right in front of you, okay? So pick up your water bottle and get ready to drink from it. And then take a big drink of water.
I can't hold that much water.
Oh no, you can't hold that much water in your mouth? Did it dribble down your chin? If it did, wipe your chin off. Oh, good. Okay, one more big drink of water. All right. Was that great? Okay, now I want you to imagine in front of you, carefully slide all of your other things that you were drinking back. Okay. Now pick up a bowl. It's a big bowl.
And
It's a heavy bowl. And that bowl is filled with your favorite thing in the world to drink, whatever that is. It could be water, it could be orange juice, it could be hot chocolate, but I wouldn't make it too hot. Whatever you want. I think I will have a bowl of coffee because that's my favorite thing to drink. Iced coffee. So I want you to pick up the bowl and think about if you're going to drink from a bowl that's really full, how is that so much different than if you're drinking from a teacup or a can or a bottle of water? So everybody get ready. We're going to drink from our big bowl. You ready?
my big bowl has a middle in it, so I can drink two things. I'm drinking hot chocolate and orange juice.
At the same time? Ooh, hot chocolate and orange juice at the same time. You have a stronger stomach than I do. Okay. All right, let's put that down. Being specific is really important in miming.
Alright, hello everyone. We're going to do another song that's going to be an original. So we're going to take some chords and we're going to put the words with it. The first one is going to be mime. Miming. I don't know how to say it. Miming is how we're going to say it. Okay, so we're going to use 4 chords for this song. We're going to use G major, D major, C major, and E minor. It's a very sad chord. Now in this song, one of the notes we're going to hold kind of for a long time. It's going to be the highest note and the longest note of the entire song. So I'll do the first verse slow so you can see what I mean. And we're going to do that in each verse. Alright. You can act a story without using any words. You can act a story though it might seem quite absurd. You can act a story out and even speed up time. You can tell a story with just a mime. So that is going to be that note right there. We're going to hold it for a long time, and it's going to be the highest note of the song. So now I'm going to do all 3 verses just like that. I'm going to go a little bit slower though. You can act out a story without using any words. You can act out a story though it might seem quite absurd. You can act out a story and even speed up time. You can tell a story with just a mime. You can show a story about walking in the rain. You can show a story where you drive a train. You can show a story which you taste a sour lime. You can show a story with just a mime. You can act a story out on your front stoop. You can act out a story by yourself or in a group. You can act out a story that is silly or sublime. You can act a story just with mime. So now, let's do it again. Let's go a little bit faster this time, because I think this song needs to be a little bit faster. You can act out a story without using any words. You can act out a story though it might seem quite absurd. You can act out a story and even speed up time. You can tell a story just with mime. You can show a story about walking in the rain. You can show a story where you drive a train. You can show a story in which you taste a sour lime. You can show a story just with mime. You can act a story out on your front stoop. You can act a story by yourself or in a group. You can act a story that is silly or sublime. You can act a story just with mime.
Once you have practiced doing your mime and you feel really confident about it, you can use mime to tell a story. Your story could be a whole big story from beginning to end, and you can add words if you want to, or you could just act out a scene. We are going to be tourists on vacation. So everybody's got their camera around their neck, and we are off to go sightseeing. Oh wow, look at that! That's an amazing waterfall. Oh, wonderful. Oh, you guys get over there. Stand in front of it. Let me take your picture. Come closer, come closer. Smile big. Oh, excellent. Oh, this is the most exciting place I've ever seen. Oh, holy cow! Look at that giant bug. Oh, whoa. It's really, really big. Have you ever seen a bug with wings that big? Did you get its picture? Try to get its picture. Now, we are going to imagine that we are scuba diving. So everybody put on your scuba gear, put on your flippers. Okay, and get your big scuba things on your back. And put the piece in your mouth. On the count of three, we're gonna jump into the water. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Now I want you to imagine that you are eating a sandwich, but it's way too big. It won't fit in your mouth.
Like this.
So see the sandwich. The plate's in front of you. See the sandwich. You have to pick it up. This is messy. Oh, goodness.
We only have one more bite left.
I'm stuffed. Now imagine that you are walking a dog. Pick up the leash. You need to know exactly what kind of dog it is. Is it a big dog? Is it a little dog? Is it a medium dog? So you're walking a dog and things are going well. So walk your dog. You can take your dog all over the place. Oh, what a good little dog. And then suddenly the dog sees a squirrel. So I'm going to give you a scene, and I want you to act it out on your own. Hallie and Nora are going to act it out here at our house. The first one, I want you to imagine that you are eating spaghetti, but you're doing it with chopsticks. How do you hold chopsticks? Keep that in mind. I want you to imagine that you are a teacher and you are trying to get control of a classroom that's going crazy. Ah! Now I want you to act out being a waiter or a waitress, but you're very clumsy. So if you have a partner, one of you should be the waiter and one of you should be the customer. Hallie, we're going to have you be the customer, okay? Finally, I want you to act out that you are a tightrope walker, except you're afraid of heights. As you can see with mime, there are endless possibilities to what you can act out, what you can pretend to be, and what you can pretend to do. The important things to remember about mime. Number 1, be specific. So you need to remember your 5 senses. Anything that you're touching, make sure that you remember what it looks like, what it feels like, what it smells like, what it tastes like, what it sounds like, so that you can react to that invisible object the way you would react to it if you were seeing it in real life. The second thing to remember is to make sure that objects don't just disappear. If I take an egg out of my pocket and I crack it and dump it all over Nora's head, she's going to have to react to having egg all over her face. The third thing to remember with mime is if you believe it, if you can make yourself see the object and see the item, and you can really believe that it's there, your audience will always believe it too. We hope you had fun with us today on Imagination Activation. See you next week.
Bored with nothing to do, and no one wants to play with you. Close your eyes and you